The road to Thanos has been a long and winding one, but we're finally here. There's a lot to process after the sensory overload that is Avengers Infinity War. But after that insane ending, we're definitely left with a handful of lingering questions. Here are the 7 biggest things we still want to know after seeing Infinity War. The movie opens in the ruins of the spaceship that housed the living Asgardians at the end of Thor Ragnarok. Thanos came calling and killed half the folks on the vessel, including Heimdall and Loki. But what about the half he didn't kill? Are they still alive after Thanos destroys the remains of the ship? What about Valkyrie and Korg? Maybe New Asgard had a bunch of life rafts that they were able to make it out on? As someone who loves Korg, I'm just gonna keep telling myself that. Another strange thing early on in the movie comes when Thor meets the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Norse god casually mentions how Thanos recently got the Power Stone by wrecking Xandar. Given the close connections the Guardians have with the planet and the stone, it's strange that they hadn't heard about this until now. You'd imagine that the first thing the citizens of Xandar would do when Thanos came knocking would be to send a distress call to the team that helped save the planet a few years prior. So this one's a bit of a cheat. The movie does have a single line of dialogue that explains that Hawkeye and Ant-Man took deals after Civil War and are currently in government protection. But after the past year of speculating about Hawkeye's secret mission in Infinity War, this is what we get? Seriously, what are these guys up to? We're not mad, we're just disappointed. So we get to see a bit of what each Infinity Stone is capable of throughout the movie, but that leaves some gaps in logic. Why didn't Thanos just use the Reality Stone to turn all the heroes into bubbles instead of fighting them? Once he has that stone, he should have just steamrolled through the entire team. I mean, I guess an easy answer is that it'd make a pretty boring movie, but we still wanted to point that out. And while on the topic of stones, what's the deal with the Soul Stone? After going through all that to acquire it, we don't actually get to see what the Rock is capable of doing. Now that Thanos has snapped his fingers and seemingly wiped out half of humanity, his life's goal is complete. So now what? We know the credits end with the ominous words, "Thanos will return," but what does he have left to accomplish? Why not just live the rest of his days on that nice porch watching the sunset and hanging out with the mangled remains of his gauntlet? So speaking of Thanos and his gauntlet, let's chat about who's actually dead at the end of this movie. Given that new Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Guardians movies are given, it's safe to say that the heroes who died in the snap won't be staying dead. With that said, it's a good guess that everyone before that who bit the bullet is gone forever, or as gone forever as one can be in comic books. So that means we've theoretically seen the end of Loki, Heimdall, Gamora, and Vision. Rest in peace, heroes. The stinger after the credits shows that Nick Fury spends his final moments alive activating a 90s-era beeper that flashes Captain Marvel's logo. It appears as if he's had this break glass in case of emergency button for the better part of 2 decades. So why did he wait until now to use it? Why not just use it a couple years ago during the Battle of New York when Loki and the Chitauri tore the city apart? There you have it, 7 of our biggest questions after seeing Avengers Infinity War. Let us know what you thought of the movie, and if you liked that video, check out our breakdown of the ending and the post-credit stinger. And for all things Avengers, stay right here on IGN.